alcohol. 5 years ago, in hospital, my daughter said to me, "Dad, you can't die because I need you to walk me down the aisle." That completely broke me. It still does now, those words. At that time, I was in hospital with severe illness, liver problems, ascites fluid, spontaneous bacterial peritonitis. She came up from Manchester and was totally shocked by my state of health. I went down quite rapidly. It was all just at the start of COVID, to be fair. I'll never forget that moment when she said those words. It wasn't the fact I was seriously ill. It was that which she said to me. And I thought, I've got to stop this. Carry on. Anyway, moving on from that, I had a lot of procedures done and got myself pulled together eventually about 3 years ago. And I often pass pubs, as you will as well, when I've been on holiday, and think, I'll just have one. But I haven't done it. Because those words haunt me now. And there's no way I could let her down. The point I'm making here is, you have to have a reason to quit. And it's got to be a very strong reason. Because at the end of the day, we all drink, we all drank, we all started drinking because it was good fun, wasn't it? It's very sociable, makes you feel good initially. It's not badly priced. It's most people's day-to-day relaxation, isn't it? It's readily available and it's socially acceptable, but you've got to stop it. You've got to cut it out of your life if you want to live a decent life, if you want to live a healthy life, if you want to live a long life. So you must have a really good reason, and that was my reason. Obviously my health was involved as well. But when a loved one says that to you, more so a child, then it does give you a kick at the backside. Because even as I lay in hospital 5 years ago, 4 years ago, it took me about 2 years to get over it. I was in and out of hospital. I still contemplated, when I get out of here, I might just go down the boozer, see the lads, get a few cans in, not have too much, but I never did. I was very close to it a couple of times. When I first started to get out a little bit, I started to walk again because for 2 years I'd been incapacitated, wheelchairs and hospital stays, regular ascites fluid, paracentesis, where they take off the fluid from your stomach. Because when you've got liver problems, the liver can't process the proteins to get this swelling. I had lots of things wrong with me. And because of her words that I really got myself pulled together. Because when you drink, you become selfish. You're a bit of a liar, deceitful. Your only focus is alcohol. You forget about the people around you because the alcohol controls you. And that's your only focus. Having to stop a beer, getting beer down your neck, as it were. And life crumbles around you, but you don't care. But if you do care, it's secondary to the alcohol. It's such a dangerous thing. So if you're trying to cut down or you want to stop, you've got to plan ahead a little bit. You've got to have a good reason to stop, and you've got to have something to fill in your time, which is better than drinking. When you're sober, there are hundreds of things which are better than drinking. Because if you don't have something to replace the time and effort that you put into drinking, you will relapse. And you've got to have this very strong desire, because it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I've done a few dangerous things in my life, in my job, but they pale into insignificance compared to coming off the drink and staying off the drink. Because my motto is get sober, stay sober. It's quite easy for people who aren't alcohol dependent to taper off it and to come off slowly. I was dependent on it, and I did try and stop. I had seizures. That was many years ago, and I was always frightened when I withdrew again to completely stop, because I would have a seizure. I didn't have any more. I had a couple in the hospital, but I was being weaned off it then. So if you want to come off it, if you are, or you feel you're dependent on it, you must see the doctor, because I didn't know you'd have seizures. I just stopped. Very dangerous to do that. See the doctor, get some help, and hopefully they'll give you some sort of program to come off. I know they wouldn't give you any diazepam a few years ago, but things may have changed. But if you're not dependent on it, then my advice to people is to taper off, cut down slowly, and get your life in order, because it will kill you in the end. And you've got no idea how people look at you in a different light when you get sober. Your whole life will change, your relationships will get better with your family, with your children, your mental health will improve, much more clarity, your finances will improve, your physical health will improve, obviously. But you can't touch one. If you touch one, you'll be back to square one. I was talking to a chap one day, I only went to 2 AA meetings, and he said that he'd been off 25 years and had one drink on a New Year's Eve. 6 months later, he was back in hospital. That's how bad it is. There's so many people die of this, what I would call pleasantly packaged poison, really, isn't it? Or attractively packaged poison. And it's legal, isn't it? It's everywhere now. It wasn't as available when I was young, Pubs used to close in the afternoon. Now, some pubs are open from 8 AM till midnight. It's 24 hours everywhere, isn't it now? I worked in London, it was 24 hours a long time ago, but in most parts of the country now you can get a drink. I've even noticed a lot of service stations, petrol stations are selling 24-hour alcohol. So it's not a problem to get it. So let's work together on this. If you want to stop, please get in touch with me. I've got some practical advice. I'm not a doctor, but I can give you some guidance on this. As I said before, if you're dependent, seek medical advice, but you've got to have a reason. And as I said earlier, those words from my daughter completely changed my life. And to be honest with you, if she hadn't said that to me, I may have had another drink and I may not be here. So I thank her for saving my life. If you are benefiting from the channel, then please subscribe. If you have any comments, drop me a line. If you want any other subject covered, also drop me a line. I've just put a post on there, put a comment on there about any ideas you've got for more videos, more information. There's a lot of people on the channel now who comment, very insightful comments, and very experienced in drinking. And there's a lot of scientific stuff coming on there as well. It's a massive, massive problem. If you need help, as I said, there's other people, not just me on YouTube, but get in touch with them, get some advice, do some research, and plan ahead. I'll speak to you all soon.